Hello everybody, SlimKirby here, and welcome back to the Sonic Heroes Extra videos. This is going to be the second video of the Team Sonic Extras. Well, again, not counting that first extra video, which was just all the teams, but in terms of the Team Sonic stuff, this is the second video. And we're starting off with Rail Canyon. Rail Canyon, 35,000 points is the A-rank score for both Mission 1 and Mission 2. So, again, if you got an A-rank on the first mission, you can do it again on this mission. You just have to be, you know, faster with it. If, like, maybe you were just, like, a little bit over the time requirement in just a normal mission. But yeah, this level can actually be kind of tight, just because, and I'll be real with you here, like, I'm not entirely sure of the best way to move the control stick while grind railing. I want to say, like, you want to keep it balanced, because the more balanced you have it, the faster you will go. But, like, sometimes it can be really hard to find that balance, because it's not like you can just fall off. Like, as long as, like, there's not, like, a hole in the rail, you won't fall off the rail at all. So, like, I know some people will just hold the B button and just, like, hope they just speed up the whole time. But I think in the case of, actually moving the fastest, I think there is an aspect of it where you do want to, like, balance it a little bit, just so... Because I think the more balanced you are, the faster you go, but maybe not. Maybe it is just hold B and you're fine. It's almost like grind railing's a bad mechanic in this game, and in other Sonic Adventure games, and they should have fixed it, but they never did. So as a result, that's why I have to keep speaking like this, in a way where I only can assume and not actually know for sure. I'm not salty, what are you talking about? Stop lying, I'm not salty. But yeah, Rail Canyon, aside from being like a little bit tight, I wouldn't say it's too hard. I want to say this is one of the missions where I just barely got to the end, like, with only, like, seconds remaining. That tends to be the case with this level, I find. It's also just kind of a man level. Definitely one of my least favorite in this game. Although, unlike the casino levels, which can just be frustrating to move through, for this, I'd say it's just more like, you know, the grind rail mechanics suck, and then also just... I don't know, it's kind of just boring and dull, if I'm being honest. It's not a very exciting level, I'll just say that much. It could be better. It could be a lot better. But I suppose it could be a lot worse as well. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, if you know what to expect... And I'm not, like, I'm not defending that type of design, because... I think it's annoying in video games when you have sections where it's just like, oh, okay, this is just a death trap. But hey, you know for next time. Like, there's no way you can defend that. But, like, I at least feel like if you know that, like, okay, if I keep going too fast and I don't pay attention to my surroundings, I could take a cheap death. I mean, that pretty much goes for, like, all video games when you really think about it. I think it's just the case of this level not being that interesting. Also, man, I remember this. I kept messing this up for some reason. I guess the lesson there is don't move the control stick when you're floating up until you know where you're landing. I think that's the lesson I was supposed to learn right there. Correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah, that was kind of a scary thing I went through right there. But even though we have a minute left, I do think we'll be able to do this in time. It's just a matter of not doing that. I think once we get this, I think the ring's, like, beyond this part right here. I'm also just skipping that checkpoint, but... I guess this is close enough to the end where it's not that big of a concern. Okay, yeah, I think this is the ending right here. Like, once you go through this station, the ending is, like, right beyond there. And there it is.
Yes!
So, let's see if we got the A rank. Since 5 minutes is a pretty low time, like, time bonus should be very good, and I believe that's more than enough. So, yeah. Easy A rank, especially when you consider the time bonus that you'll be given. Of course, I say easy A rank, but that's also just assuming that you don't die as well. Because, yeah, there's no way you can die in the Team Sonic missions and still get A rank. There's just no way in hell. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the Bullet Station.
I guess we're heading in the right direction.
Bullet Station, we have 40,000 points for both Mission 1 and Mission 2. Man, we've actually had like 3 stages in a row where the time has been the exact same for both missions. I wonder why exactly. But yeah, if you thought Rail Canyon was strict timing-wise, Bullet Station I think is even more strict. You get 1 extra minute, but I do feel like this course is longer. So you do have to kind of focus more on doing like specific skips and, you know, kind of knowing what to expect in certain areas just so you can get a move on quick enough. And those underground, like, train tunnel sections, you definitely need to be kind of fast with those as well. So I think, like, right here, you can actually, like, yeah, you can skip quite a bit of this if you just jump off like that. The problem is, I think you also skip, like, doing, like, a ring dash below. That can give you, like, a lot of rings and some points. And there might be some enemies down there, too. So I think that you get, like, a better time, but I feel like you also sacrifice some points by doing that as well. And that's just kind of the case with some of these levels. Some of the levels you'll have to kind of consider, like, what do you need more points or just to finish it faster enough. And you have to kind of weigh all those aside if you're going to be going for the A ranks or not. If you just want to beat them, definitely use any shortcuts you can and skip as many enemies as you can.
Got it.
But if you want those A ranks, you got to think a little more beyond that.
Let's go down there. Already. Here we go.
Like right there, I probably could have used the Team Blast right there to score some enemy hits. Or I could use it right here. Or I could just skip those enemies entirely. And see, right there, I feel like that was a case where I probably shouldn't have skipped them. Because they were right here. And, okay, using the Team Blast here is actually a better idea. But, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have skipped those other 2 enemies. Because those are things I could have easily just, like, slid through with Knuckles and been fine. I also don't know why Knuckles was kind of delayed right there. Sometimes the Team Blast, like if you just use a Team Blast and or just some other kind of maneuver, like sometimes like the characters that are controlled by the AI move a little weirdly. Sonic Heroes game design in a nutshell. So yeah, we're halfway through this level in terms of the time requirement. Which means we still have quite a bit to go. We have the trolley section. We have another underground train tunnel section. I shouldn't even call them underground because we're definitely like in this like the air right now. But like when I think of train tunnels, I tend to think underground because they kind of have that underground cave feel, but know that I mean, you know, they're just train tunnels, really. That's what they are. And we also have another cannon section we have to shoot through. Thankfully, when we get to that cannon section, though, that'll be the end of the level, pretty much. But still got some work to do. And yeah, I think there were some enemies in that room I could have easily gotten that I didn't need to skip out on. See, like right there, like I don't know what was going on right there, but like the camera, but I think it was because one of the AIs just got thrown off the level and they were trying to like locate them or something. But yeah, the trolley ride, you have to be careful in this section too. Obviously, if you lose too many characters, if you lose 2 characters, you'll be going very slowly. And I think there are actually some parts that you can just barely jump over, so you have to be very, very careful in this section. And if you want to go as fast as you can, you obviously want to make sure that you have your speed character with you too, but in some cases you may lose them early just due to the hitboxes. Try not to freak out too much if that happens, but it is something that can be a factor. So yeah, right here we need to, oh, I realized I need to defeat this enemy, which I did waste some time doing that, but thankfully I should have enough time here because I have to, I think we have just the cannon left, and after the cannon is the end of the level, so as long as this takes like 30 seconds, we should be fine. Also, that was kind of a botched team attack right there. I meant to actually do it before those enemies died, so I don't think I really got a good bonus for that, but it's okay. So yeah, just let it be known that if like you enter that cannon with like 30 seconds left, you'll have just enough time to finish this. It's very, very close. It'll be very, very tight, but as you can see, we made it just fine. I even had enough time to do this as well. Now, I don't think I got the A rank for this one. I think I just kind of skipped too many enemies, and I could have also gotten a better time bonus too. So yeah, it's a C rank. Which, that seems like that's actually not that great, but I find that the difference between ranks is actually not too big in this game. Like, in some cases, it's just like 2,000 points between ranks. Like, a 36,000 was like a C rank there. I want to say 38 would have been B, and then 40 would have been A. So, even though we got a C, we didn't have to work too much higher to get the other score. So let's go ahead and move on to Frog Forest. For Frog Forest, we have 35,000 for Mission 1, and 38,000 for Mission 2 in terms of the A ranks. This is actually a very short level. That's why you're only given 5 minutes for this one. It's not a very long level. Shouldn't take you too long to beat. So, once again, your time bonus is going to be very high. Try to get around 15,000 points in the level normally, and even then, you don't have to get that exact amount. You could probably get like 12,000 and be fine. And see, we already have like 2,000 as it is. So yeah, nothing too difficult. Just be careful that you don't fall off like a doofus, like I almost did right there. Doofus powers unite.
Leave it to me. Let's go.
Got it. Here we go. Got it.
See right here, switch to Knuckles. If you're lucky, you'll actually get a you'll get a level up with each one of your team members. And that'll just make clearing out enemies a little faster, which is always good.
Already?
Leave it to me.
Now, one thing I will say, like, obviously for, like, Team Chaotix is a bit different because you actually have to avoid the frogs. But, one thing to keep in mind, if you see a frog in this level, make sure you interact with it as soon as possible, because sometimes if you try to go too fast, you might miss the frog, and he won't react and make the rain spawn, and that can slow you down a little bit if you're not careful. So just be careful of that. Make sure that you touch or just get close to the frog as soon as possible, just to kind of get the stage moving. And then you should be fine. I don't know if you can hear that weird sound that's going off on my end right now. There's like It's actually raining right now, and I think I have my window open just because the cool, fresh breeze is really, really nice. But there's like some water going in like the storm drain, and it's just kind of making some loud noise outside. So sorry if you can hear that. If it gets too obnoxious, I'll just close the window.
Let's go. Let's go.
But yeah, we're more than halfway done with all of Team Sonic's levels.
Let's go.
We'll probably get through this world, maybe even the first level of Hang Castle, and then we'll call it off, and we'll save the last 3 missions, the longest missions of the game, for the final Team Sonic video. So yeah, Team Sonic will only take 3 videos to get through all this stuff. Team Dark will probably take the longest, just because of, again, how long their levels are. But also because not only are they long levels, but you have to experience as much as you can from those levels, since those are more like going through all the levels to get all the enemy kills and whatnot. But I'll find ways to kind of speed those videos up, because obviously for those levels you'll have to actually go through some levels like multiple times in one run. Yeah, I think we're doing alright for points right now. I think we're getting... Oh yeah, we got some enemies right here, so we'll easily get the score requirement here.
Okay. Looks like that case is being
In
protected.
fact, we have more enemies right here.
Take care of them first.
Okay, so we're at the 12,000 mark, which is what I kind of said, like, try to be around there for when you finish the level.
We better hurry.
We are going to be cutting this kind of close, though. But we got it. It's honestly amazing, like, how short this level is compared to some of the levels that are kind of, like, around it. Especially the next world's levels. But there we go, A rank. Feels pretty good. So with that and our 76th emblem, we're going to move on to the Lost Jungle, get to the goal ring within 6 minutes. And from what I remember, this was another one that took me multiple tries, but not for the reason that you'd think it would. And I can mean that doubly, doubly true for another reason that this could take you multiple tries. But yeah, Mission 1, 32,000 for A rank. For Mission 2, only 30,000. That should be more than fine. I mean, you'll get around 20,000 points from just clearing the level normally. And I think there are actually more enemies you have to fight through in this level anyway, so you should be getting a lot of points throughout this level, regardless. But there's one part in this level that was really, really catching me off guard, and it wasn't the time limit, nor was it the crocodile at the very end of the level. It was actually one specific mechanic that you need to utilize in order to continue through the level, and for some reason it just was not working right for me. I'll point it out when we get to it, but yeah, it was really annoying. I had to restart the level like, I think 4 or 5 times, just because of this one thing not working right. And it was really, really dumb. But yeah, I wouldn't say this level's that bad either.
There are we? Yes, we are. Got it.
It's just kind of interesting that, again, this world is such kind of a breath of fresh air compared to the previous world, which just feels a lot more dangerous, and then like the requirements just seem a lot more strict if you want to go for A ranks. But this level, like, just
I'll take
this
care of them.
this world, just in general, just seems a lot more, like, reasonable. It just feels really nice, that's all. That's all I gotta say. Got a little unlucky there that Knuckles actually got trapped by that by that enemy. That, and I didn't really have like enough level ups from Tails to make use of that. But yeah, I'm not sure if if enemies died due to the those fruits rolling down. I don't think you get the credit for them. So try to avoid the frogs and kill the enemies yourselves before you progress. It honestly seems like you don't get the credit if they get killed by like the environment, but I don't know. Maybe I could have just missed it as well, so I don't know for 100% certainty, but that's what it seems like anyway.
Okay. That was close.
That was one heck of a battle.
No problem. Piece of cake.
Leave it to me.
We're not going there, are we? Yes, we are.
Yay!
All right.
Yeah!
I'll take care of them. Here we go.
So yeah, some of those robots, the big heavy robots, I definitely would recommend skipping. I think there's really only like 2 robots they have to fight, and it's that one that's guarding like the box that has the spring or the flying flower in it. So for that one, obviously you do have to destroy it, but destroy both of them. But you'll likely have a team blast, so it's not a big deal.
Leave it to me. Yay!
There's Tails helping out with
Let's go!
the Thundershoot. Mess that up a little bit. There we go.
Here we go.
Leave it to me. Yay! Yeah! Let's go!
I believe this is like the last checkpoint coming up here.
Got it.
It sure is. So right here, I think it's right here. Yes. Doing this ring dash killed me like 4 or 5 times. And again, it's just with the way the ring dash works. Like the whole like, oh, you know, press B to use the ring dash. But like, if you're not like angled in the right way at that section, you'll just grab one of the rings and you'll fall straight down. And that's like one of the worst aspects of the ring dash whenever that happens. And you know, that's a problem that exists in Sonic Adventure 2 as well. So that's not just a thing for this game. So just be very, very careful around that. And, yeah, you should be fine. So yeah, even though this part is stressful, you also have to be careful here too. If you press the A button too early, you'll just fall straight down and die. But thankfully, that is right at the end. I actually got kind of scared right here. But thankfully, I was able to grab it like within like a second to spare. The question here is, did I get an A rank though? I did.
That was
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So there we go, 77 emblems. And now, we're going to move on to the final level of this video, Hang Castle. Now, I have kind of a funny story to say about this one, but I'll start telling it after we see the A rank scores. And I'll just give my brief synopsis of how I feel like this level is.
Here we go.
So once again, 45,000 for both Mission 1 and Mission 2. Honestly, not a too hard of a score to get. This level is decently long, and there's lots of enemies, so should be more than manageable. I will say, though, that the time requirement for this stage is actually pretty strict. Like, 6 minutes is quite a bit you have to go through. And, like, especially when you get to, like, one of the final sections, like, there's, like, a very long auto-scrolling section at the end, and I swear, like, if you get to that point with, like, a minute remaining or less, like, you're gonna be, like, on the edge of your seat hoping that you make it in time. But, yeah, getting to that funny story that I was talking about, and I wish I had, like, you know, video proof where I could show this off, but unfortunately I don't, because, you know, this happened, like, years ago, and I was definitely not recording back then, because, well, I didn't do my Let's Play of Sonic Heroes until this year, so why would I be recording it? But, a long time ago, when I was initially trying to A-rank this game, and get all the emblems, all that stuff, I remember one specific thing that happened on this level with Team Sonic. And it was very, very weird. I got to the part where you, like, run down the side of a building, like, it's very close to the end. And when I got to that part, I ran out of time. Like, I got to that part, I'm like, oh, crap, I'm not gonna make it. And I got the time up message. The stage ended. But I don't know if it's because I got hit or something, or maybe like I was like just hit like an automatic thing, or maybe I hit one of like the hourglass things. But when I did that, the fade out when the time was up, it faded to black, but I could still hear the level progressing in the background. Like I could still hear like my characters collecting rings. I could still hear like character speech and whatnot. So, like, the level was still going on, despite the fact that the time was up. And, since I was at the last section of the level with, like, the auto-scroller when you run straight down, I actually somehow made it to the ring, and it counted. Like, I was still able to beat the level. Now, I don't think I got the A rank, but I still beat the level, and, like, I was mystified beyond belief. I was like, wait, did I just glitch the game into beating this? And then, sure enough, I did. And, like, I wish I could have seen, like, remembered, like, what, like, the score sheet said. If, like, the timer was still counting up or not. I don't know for sure. Because I was still just, like, blown away that that even happened. But, like, that was, like, the incident that almost kind of encouraged me to, like, not worry about 100%ing this game. Because it's like, okay, this game is a buggy mess when, like, stuff like that happens. I was like, there was, like, no way I was gonna make the time requirement, but for some reason I did, because the game glitched. So that was just kind of like a huge, like, incentive, or lack of incentive to, like, wanting to beat the game. But yeah, I always remember that with this level. It was this level, it was with this team. And it's just crazy that, like, that happened, because I just remember thinking, like, wow, this game really is glitchy. If anyone's ever, like, done that before, or ever, like, figured out how to do that, like, let me know, and I can try to verify that in a future video or something. But I always thought that was, like, one of the weirdest things that happened to me whenever I played this game. It's just the fact that the screen was all black, because it had faded out after the time up message. But, like, it didn't restart or anything. It just kept going. And I just thought it was really interesting. But yeah, we're getting close to the end of this. As you can see, like, we are... I wouldn't say we're really cutting this close, because I think this is, like, right where the building rundown is. If I'm not mistaken. We're getting there anyway. We're about there. I actually don't remember if... Have we seen the, like, Metal Sonic statue? Oh, no, we haven't. Okay. Wow, so I actually This was a mission that I actually still finished, like, very, very close to the actual target time. I think I got kind of lucky with these targets, though. Normally, I'm not that lucky. Usually, it takes me a few more tries. But yeah, so you have this part right here. And keep in mind, this is like less than a minute to the finish time. So this is going to be very, very close. And it's still going. It's still going. So yeah, as long as you get to this part with 30 seconds, you should be fine. You can also get some points by hitting these rings, too. The rainbow rings.
Let's go!
See, I even messed up, but should still be able to finish this. We have 10 seconds left. We have 5 seconds left. 3, 2, got it. Okay, we did it. And this should be an A rank as well. But I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time when we finish up the last 3 stages of Team Sonic. I'll see you guys then. Later, folks.